Estate Sale Adventures number 216, Aspinwall. Judy from JD Llama always puts up a good sale, and this charming home in Aspinwall was filled with great finds. For instance, there was a beautiful wrought iron coat rack in the vestibule, some decent pieces of furniture, but I appreciate the smaller pieces, like this pen holder showing the varying materials golf clubs have been made of over the decades. You see, the kitschy stuff is the best, like this nutcracker, this decorative hand, a soapstone polar bear, some original sculpture, and a collection of painted wood mallards. I was tempted to buy this scale, but it was missing some of the original weights, as well as this leather travel aluminum cup set in a very pretty turquoise color. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures number 217, Ben Avon. I normally don't go to condos or apartments, but A&A liquidators always have a must-see sale. There was some religious kitsch, a Margaret Keane print, but these old photographs definitely stole the show. The predominant subject in said photos was this young lady. I'm already loving her and her style. There were plenty of interesting finds, but one standout was the miniature porcelain. Lots of tea sets, cups, but actually mostly pitchers for some reason. I personally counted 42 just in the ones pictured here. I did pass on these though. Instead, I bought the smallest mirror I've ever seen. While on my way out, I noticed the box full of Polly Pocket sets. Very nostalgic. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures number 218, Millville. After another winter lull, sales are finally picking back up. And this time, we're at a turnkey sale in the heart of Millville, a small borough right outside of Pittsburgh. This strange building, built in 1860, was some kind of theater back in the day, but has since been converted into Panza Art Gallery, a teaching space, framing studio, and living space. The previous owner retired north and was liquidating his entire collection. I'm not lying when I tell you this building was packed to the brim with art in every way, shape, and form. I'll first point out the massive number of loose photos in various spots throughout the sale. As you can tell, it's hard to pass some of these up, but I did grab this pretty remarkable aerial photo of downtown Pittsburgh. I'm guessing around the 30s, but could be wrong. The previous owner left much of his own work to be bought, including these twice exposed photographs, overlaying different images to create these eerie but beautiful pieces. Some of the best finds were the random prints, canvases, and other original artwork found in stacks, piles, leaned up against walls, and hanging from every nook and cranny they could find in this place. There are too many to show, but I did really enjoy these paintings of small animals dancing, driving, and falling to a fiery demise. There was definitely a range of style, from devotional to political, pop art, and portraits too. The big portraits definitely stood out, but by far my favorite was this rather morbid painting. It was really heavily damaged, but if you look closely, you can see the local connection. I'll wrap this up by sharing some of the things that I grabbed, including this 1983 edition of Island Magazine with this hilarious advert. I will not have mucous membrane contact with boys. A good rule. I got this movie poster for North Side Stories, signed by my idol, the Rick Seebeck, this lovely charcoal pastel pinup girl, and a mid-century ceramic ashtray. Shout out to Turnkey for the great sale and the great prices. Be sure to go to pghestatesales.com for this week's coming sales. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures number 219, Chalfont. Our friends at A&A put together this amazing liquidation. I don't normally peruse the kitchen supplies, but this time I did, especially given these appliances that were still in their original boxes. There was a smattering of religious kitsch, which always gets me excited, but there was a more significant standout, a massive collection of Gone with the Wind memorabilia. We've got the statues, the dolls, the music boxes, the commemorative plates, the porcelain, and way more to mention. Just soak it all in. My friend bought this strange yet amazing poncho sweater combo. She was kind enough to model it for us. I personally appreciated the portable typewriter, this bamboo and soapstone cane with a decorative carved handle, a vintage dice holder, for your dice, and this beautiful decanter set. But lastly, the brooches. I passed on Clinton Gore, but couldn't take my eyes off this piece. A vintage Tiffany reproduction gold brooch made as part of a collection from the Museum of Modern Art in New York, all with Swarovski crystals. And yes, she came home with me. I also purchased this pearl necklace by request for a friend, and lastly, this silver table lighter holder with agate accents on 2 sides. It fits a Bic lighter perfectly. Shout out to A&A for the great prices and deals. Be sure to like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures number 220, Monroeville. Definitely another home run with turnkey liquidators. This sale had everything. A portable commode, train axle bearings, salad caddies, and a vintage candy machine. A few collections stood out too, including this nautical decor and salvaged equipment. Another guy snatched up the whole lot right after I took this. Even better was the genuine Pennsylvania Railroad swag. We got some museum quality finds here. You'll come across erector sets all the time, but usually not this complete. You got the instructions intact, and it's very nostalgic. And here's a first, a McGregor doll. These were manufactured in Japan in the 1950s. I obviously grabbed all the religious kitsch I could find, the PRR belt buckle, and this small chest of drawers with a leather top. It matches my end tables. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and find me on Etsy. Estate Sale Adventures number 221, Squirrel Hill. Spring is in full swing and so are estate sales. This one, done by JD Lama, had a line out to the street, and it was indeed worth the wait. This was the home of the late Watfa Madani, a prolific artist based in Pittsburgh. As you can see, her original pieces were everywhere. I loved them enough to do some research. Originally from Egypt, she came to the States in the late 1970s and settled here in the East End, right on Beechwood Boulevard. In her artist statement, she describes color as her primary language to express her ethnic background, a kind of meeting ground for her Egyptian birth and American experience. My favorite piece was this one, which spanned 3 canvases, at least 12 feet. She did have some other art too, and some amazing taste, including these 2 original Erte signed lithographs. Super hard to pass up. This one was just insane. I'm still kicking myself for not buying it. I should also mention she collected ducks and glass, porcelain, and carved wood, as well as a litany of different African pieces that I honestly know very little about. Someone had a penchant for Charlie Chaplin, as well as some pretty nice antiques like this phonograph. I ended up purchasing this mother-of-pearl inlay wood mirror for only $8. Judy from JD Lama did a great job staging this sale. Kudos to her. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to find me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Etsy at Estate Sale Adventures. Estate Sale Adventures number 222, Cranberry Township. So my girlfriend Patty at Prestige put together this lovely sale from a few weeks ago. Lots of nice pieces, including this Dolphin Kaleidoscope music box. I've seen them at sales before, but I've never got to play with one. In a basket full of political pins, I found one that I liked. There was some nice statuary like Michelangelo's David, some dentist-themed decor, and this porcelain piano baby. Some of the books caught my eye, including the Kenny Rogers cookbook. There were beautiful macrame pieces throughout the house, and a ton of vintage clothing. The boas were a difficult pass. The women's pieces were nice, but I doubt that I'd fit into them. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Find me on Etsy, TikTok, Insta, and Facebook at Estate Sale Adventures. Estate Sale Adventures, number 223, Plum. Our friends at A&A Estate Sales put together this collection-filled sale a few weeks ago. To kick us off, we find the largest teacup collection this side of the Mississippi. A gay gasp was heard from miles away. The staging was legit, given that every teacup was appraised and labeled. But that wasn't the only collection. We also find Dutch wooden clogs, spun glass, and for some reason, sample-sized liquor bottles. The rest of the home had this ocean/marina/sea captain theme. Not my taste, but to each their own. A few more finds included a very large portrait of JFK, a very handsome beaded purse in the shape of a boot, and these twin CPR training mannequins. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Find me on Etsy, TikTok, Insta, and Facebook at Estate Sale Adventures. Estate Sale Adventures number 224, Cabot. In the beautiful rural farmlands of Butler County, north of Pittsburgh, turnkey liquidators put on this lovely sale. The picturesque piece of land that this home sat on was littered with amazing art, including these faces carved into the trees. Inside the home did not disappoint either. The standout collection was the blue and white porcelain and ceramics throughout the home. There was dishware to be sure, but there were also clogs and beer steins of the same style. I've been seeing a lot more of these shoe molds at sales. Not really sure why I would buy them, but I did really like the massive jar of hand-blown white marbles and this piece of glass slag sitting outside in the sun. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to find me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Etsy at Estate Sale Adventures. Estate Sale Adventures number 225, Tarentum. So Turnkey's warehouse is always calling my name, and this time was unique because of this very large collection of marksman shooting trophies. There was also this vintage Hampton High School memorabilia. It was the neighboring school district where I graduated. Now soak this in. Please, if someone can give some context to this weird painting, comment. I need to know. There was also some musical instruments in need of some TLC, but I thought the little electric organ was pretty cute. They had the typical finds like the requisite 70s wooden fruit, a metal tin full of buttons, and a signed Dorothy Hamill poster. Decent toys too, including the classic Fisher-Price Little People sets. My house was brown, not yellow. Found some interesting children's books, but they never really seemed to age well. A trio of circus-themed art, but honestly, who is this handsome gentleman? I really like this phone, but sadly, I don't have a landline. But I couldn't pass up some of the religious kitsch, like this St. Christopher brass coin piece and this Blessed Mother flower vase. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and follow me on TikTok, Insta, Facebook, and Etsy at Estate Sale Adventures.